Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dito sa Amerika. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. And now, it's 2024, January 5, 2024, Friday. My name is Josie Moralidad Zaiman from the Filipino-American Cancer Care. And of course, we would like to thank our station manager in Las Vegas. Mapapakinggan tayo sa Las Vegas and all over the United States, all over the world, in the universe. So, good morning sa inyo dyan sa Pilipinas. Magandang umaga po. Welcome dito sa radio show ng Filipino-American Cancer Care on the air with FACC. I can't even believe, oh my goodness, it's 2024. And you know what? It's my birthday week. It's my birthday week. But you know what? On the day of my birthday, I have 2 appointments, medical appointments. Ang hirap. But I'm thankful that, I'm done with my cancer treatment, but I still have to deal with some issues. Okay lang yan. Life has to move on. And I have to go on. But tonight, we would like to welcome again our co-host this evening, Miss Sharon Jackson. Hi, Sharon.
Hi there, Josie. Hi, everyone. Here and in the Philippines, it's nice to be on the air again with you all, and so we'll have a great time tonight. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us.
How was your New Year's celebration?
It went very well with God's grace. A simple celebration just to ring in, the new year, right? We have what we call here in Danville the leaf drop. It's like the version of the ball drop in New York. So Danville used to be the tobacco capital of the United States.
Oh, wow.
Back in the early, 40s, 50s. So thus they are maintaining that kind of tradition. The golden leaf means the tobacco leaf. So we have that. So it was a great experience.
Did you cook?
So I'm the outlier for Filipinos because I don't know how to cook. But I love to eat.
I love to cook. But then, I have to be very careful because cooking is a lot of work. Ang hirap yatang magluto.
It sure is.
Yesterday, we cooked miswa. And then I have this daing from the Philippines, from Antique.
That's yummy.
I have danggit, I have pisugo. Whatever. As long as I'm happy. I'm gonna eat and eat.
That's making me hungry right now.
Yes. Do you still love Filipino food? O mga pagkaon sa Antique?
I love all of it. How I wish we have it here, right? In the United States, readily available for all of us. But, but to no avail, of course, especially in my case, because I'm, out in the boondocks. So no Filipino stores here. If I have to buy something, I have to buy it online from the online store.
Oh, yes, I know that.
The Asian online store. Yeah. My sister is actually a corporate buyer for the Filipino goods for
You should also buy this from one of our supporters. I will give you the name. It's Bahay Kubo. So she's one of our supporters and sponsors, no? And
okay.
she has everything. Now, we would like to welcome our guest tonight. I think I will give you the floor to introduce our first guest. Do you have it, Sharon? I sent it to you. Can you read it?
Let me go through the thing that you sent me. So our guest for tonight is Dr. Corazon Sanchez, right? And they live in Maryland, and Dr. Sanchez, Mr. Sanchez is supposed to be with us tonight, but he's not available. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's not available. He's doing something. Yeah.
Okay. So Dr. Sanchez, Corazon Sanchez, is a native Ilongga. our kababayan, and that's really good to know. And she's originally from Batad, Iloilo, Philippines. She's actually the sister of our current Batad Mayor Elvira Panes Alarcon. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to hear that maybe my name is Dr. Corazon Panes, also like Panes Sanchez.
Okay.
It's just like Dr. Sanchez. I want to carry a little bit of my like
Your
that
own,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, my own last name.
All right. So thank you for that call out, Dr. Corazon Sanchez. So Dr. Corazon completed her medical education from the Cebu Institute of Medicine, and she finished her first residency training in obstetrics and gynecology in Iloilo Doctors Hospital before she moved to the United States to join her family. And she met her husband, Mr. Sanchez, during her pediatric residency training in Brooklyn, New York. She earned her master's in business administration from Johns Hopkins Business School, and she has been active medical staff in 3 hospitals where she currently practices. She is also an active Eucharistic minister and a member of their parish council at St. John the Evangelist at Hyde, Maryland.
Hydes, Maryland.
Is it Hydes, Maryland? Sorry.
HYD.
Okay. And so Dr. Sanchez has 2 older sisters that survived breast cancer, and currently has 45-year-old single niece who has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah, and she is with us tonight.
Okay. And that would be Cheche, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's me.
She will undergo a series of chemo, Cheche, and radiation therapies in the next few months. So we have you in our prayers, Cheche.
Yeah, she has good news. She's done. She's almost done 1 cycle of chemo and like radiation. Today is the last day, I guess, of the radiation.
Awesome.
And she got a little certificate that she graduated from radiation, which is really cool.
That is so cool. I didn't know they give out those certificates.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, yeah, they gave it to me this morning.
Was that a surprise to you as well?
No, they said that they usually give it to the ones who finish radiation treatment.
That's awesome. That's news to me, really. And that's so encouraging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Doc, would you like to greet all your families and friends in the Philippines and here in the US?
Yeah, who knows, right? Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm so honored to be your guest tonight. Good morning to the people in the Philippines. Maayong aga, or in Ilonggo, talagang maayong aga sa Iloilo. And then, of course, here in America, good evening to everyone who's like listening. So I'm happy to be one of the guests. And I actually asked Josie, what is that interview? I'm not used to that. Okay, so it's about like talking about my family surviving cancer. And I said, okay, I mean, it's really a good way of promoting or spreading people to be aware of. So I'm in for the interview, whatever it's going to be. So I'm so happy again and honored to be here tonight.
Yes. And by the way, Sharon, Cheryl is one of our beneficiaries from our fundraising event last October. And Dr. Corazon Sanchez Panes, did I mention it right? Or Panes Sanchez?
Panes Sanchez.
Okay. She was one of our models. And Sharon, you should join for this upcoming event in Maryland. It's really before I give you the floor to Cheche. Doc, how was your experience? Because this is not just the event was not just about walking on the runway. It was
exactly.
Runway for a Cure.
yeah, walking in the runway is just like not even a minute, you know. The thing is, I met a lot of Filipinos. I didn't realize that really that area is like loaded with Filipinos. So I met a lot of people, and then, trying to connect with some of them again, even inviting me, like, go come here in one of the Sundays in our church. We're really like, they have this gathering like once a month, and they're really like, they have like a Tagalog like mass. So it was really nice meeting like other Filipinos in that occasion. And then, of course, then I was so impressed with the people that I know that they were honored. Either are they affected or they have friends
Oh,
who
yes.
have affected. That they also like have a run show for that. And then what else? Well, we met a lot of these good designers, and I'm so excited to have one gown at least come from a designer in the Philippines. And and of course, to top it all, I guess the show, the different types of gowns, it's like amazing, and my husband will comment in the beginning, right? Oh, I thought it was just like, how does it gonna come out? Because when we practice, we just, as if, nothing happened, as if we don't know really. But during the runway, wow, these women are like in this 3 inches or 5 inches high heels, walking like a pro.
Professional
And
models.
yeah, and then my husband said, "Wow, it turned out really pretty well." I was like, "Yeah," I said, "Yeah, I didn't even expect it, but like everybody just walk, like I mean, have their own time and things." So it was really great. It was really great meeting a lot of people, and then I know it was really successful, very successful. The crowd, you know, people attending are, I guess, are happy and satisfied, contented, have a nice food, So, and yeah, I'm happy. It was my first time, and I'm a little
It was your
shy in
first time
general.
to become a model.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I'm shy. But I have a nice gown generally, so I just like walk, and then it's a beautiful gown, so I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wear it when we're gonna have our like what is like blue year reunion, like 55 years, if I'm still in the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So 55 years will be like another 7 years, so we'll see. I'm still gonna keep that gown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy and thankful to it. Was all small little connection how I end up in this. So I forgot, how did I end up joining? I guess, oh, I know. It's through Nisa.
Mm-hmm.
Nisa, which is the
Matinisa.
wife of
Another
my
doctor.
classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they had that February in
New
I
York
guess
City.
in New York. And I saw her gown. I said, wow, where do you get those nice fancy like Filipino gown? And then we started there, and then we said, oh, you know what? There's one coming this October. You want to do that? This is it. And I guess that's what the beginning that I got hooked up and connected with FACC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Doc, mark your calendar. We
Yeah.
have one upcoming event, a fashion show again, but this time, we're bringing FACC to other states in
Mm.
connection with the celebration of the National Cancer Prevention Month. All these designers that will be participating in the New York Fashion Week, they are coming here for the Filipino American Cancer Care fundraising event, and it's going to be in an iconic theater in Maryland, Hagerstown, Maryland, the Maryland Theater. Ang ganda talaga ng
Oh,
venue. And, we have overwhelming number of beneficiaries or applicants that they're just there waiting to get
yeah.
that financial assistance of
Yeah.
$1,000. So anybody who's listening to me right now or watching us, please mark your calendar for the 2024 fashion show this October, and we will have another one on October for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month because, we want to bring all these families together. And I hope, Sharon, you could join. It's something. It's not just about fashion show. When you walk there, you had that feeling. And Cheryl, since she's getting better next year, Cheryl, that's going to be our
That's
deal.
gonna be
Yes. You're going to walk with the survivors and the warriors, right?
Survivors, warriors guy, yeah.
And the families and friends.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's
mhm.
really
Now, Sharon, we would like to welcome again Sharon. Sharon, would you like to greet everyone, your families in the Philippines?
Hello, I'm Sherilyn, a recently diagnosed breast cancer patient. Maayong aga sa mga taga Iloilo and sa mga taga Antique, Capiz, Rojas, and then good evening, America. And to anyone who's listening from Las Vegas and all over the States, good evening to you all, guys.
Okay. Sharon, you have the floor now to ask questions for our guests.
Okay. Thank you, Josie. And it is really an honor to be with you both, Cheche and Dr. Corazon Panes Sanchez. I got it right this time. I want to make sure I said that correctly. And so it is pretty amazing to really see cancer survivors, right? And those who are still undergoing chemotherapy, just like Cheche, to see the resilience that you have, right? It's not easy to be diagnosed with that. And the first thing, I'm just kind of curious as to, I know people has different ways of coping with the diagnosis, right? So I want to know how you handled it, Dr. Sanchez, and for Cheche, after that, I would like to hear.
Well, first is we're lucky that it was caught early. And that is one way of getting awareness to people that generally at age 40, it is required to have screening with mammogram. I know we're lucky here in America, and Cheche was really religious, like, okay, I'm gonna go. I don't know if this is the first time Cheche did, or I guess this might be like several years now that she started doing it. So it was picked up so early, and that is the key. So I know back home, it's really hard for all the women to go for like a screening for mammogram.
Mhm.
So as I said, we're lucky here. But, right now, if you're really going to think about it, mammogram is really available in our locality. Like in Rojas City, it's there, Iloilo City, in Aklan. So if you are really have, especially genetic wise,
Mhm.
in your family that you have that like high risk, it is really recommended to have a screening like starting at 40 years old. So it was picked up like early, so we know she's young, and it was a first stage.
Mhm.
And generally, like she has a very small scar, so they just did lumpectomy and then the chemo and radiation. So she has a very small scar generally. It doesn't really, you cannot hardly believe like, oh, really, breast cancer, you that's all they did? That's all you've done? It's so amazing. And then we know she's young, she's gonna recover. We're all positive. And, we're a very close-knit family.
Mhm.
And then she has the radiation, she has chemotherapy, and she worked in the practice. So she's not like overwhelmed with that disease, as if nothing happened generally. And she's our one of the other drivers in the family. She
Mhm.
drives everyone and things. As if nothing really happened. The only thing maybe we notice is, oh, your hair started falling off, but not even a lot. Like, look at her hair. The treatment lately was so amazing. When she goes to treatment, she always like take pictures and thing. I don't know if she has that, can share. She had this nice like head cap, like she said, like $2,000 to prevent the hair follicles from damaging this chemotherapy that are really toxic. Look
Wow.
at, and then she kept her hair like nothing really happened. Then she just go to the office. She has like this fancy headband, like matching color to her like scrub suit. So nobody will really know that what she's undergoing to, not unless she started opening her mouth.
Wow.
Nobody will notice, not unless you really like, oh, really Cheche. Nobody noticed. She lives a normal life. We're so busy in the house all the time, bringing our siblings busy for her parents to like doctor's appointment, and then of course we're happy every Sunday to watch football. So just I don't know how Chichi does, but I did not see that Chichi is sad, Chichi is suffering, or none of us. We were just shocked in the beginning. But I did not like say I cry or a thing. We just say, oh, you'll be okay, Dad. You guys, we're here, we're supportive, you're young, you'll be, it's 99.9% recovery. So you'll be great. So the outlook in our house was really amazing. And as I said, we did not see Chechi sad, or we did not even like have like a sad moment that, oh, she, like, we never had that. I don't remember that we all like sad because Chechi have cancer. We just say like, it's so easy. They will just do this, they will just do that. And then every time she goes to treatment, she'll always posting, okay, chemo 1 cycle, 2 cycles. So we have our group chat in our family. So believe me, guys, if it is like diagnosed early and treated properly, and of course, finances wise of medication, thanks God, of course, she has insurance from the practice.
And not only that, she's in America.
Yeah, and she's in America. So then, like she might have few copays there for like insurance as copays. You cannot really get
insurance covers it, yes.
Yeah. And now how many months don't you? The last time I know we finished the chemotherapy, and then she got to go radiation every day. So she wake up so early, go to radiation, and from radiation she go to work. Wow. And in the afternoon we'll see each other. And then she helped me when I see patients. She helped me also. She's my scribe. We just see patients. I just don't let her exposed to sick patients. She will only see healthy patients in the practice.
Right, because that will make her susceptible, the fact that she's undergoing chemo, right? So I'm just kind of curious. So did you undergo the 3D model of the mammogram? Because we have learned in our previous show that the 3D was the one that helped identify that that cancer. Yes, because of the density, right? Because we women Asians have dense breast tissue, and so that cannot normally be detected in just the normal mammogram. So I wonder if the 3D was done for you.
So what I actually did is like, he's like, it's been 2 years since I had my last mammogram. So it was time for my yearly physical. So I told my doctor, my PCP, knowing that, we have a breast cancer in the family. And I was, it's time for another mammogram. So, and then I did mammogram. So, and then they saw something. I repeated the mammogram. And then because of that, I did ultrasound as well.
Wait a minute, Cheno. I just looking at you, I don't think you're 40 years old.
I know. She's like
45.
Huh?
Oh, wow.
She's still like 16, right?
She looks like she's just in her teenage years.
Yeah, she
or
looks
early
very
20s.
young.
Yes.
Yeah. And all of us are, because we're Longgos.
Yeah.
I mean, Filipinos,
we Filipinos in general, right? We don't look our age. We can still fool people like, okay.
Well, I always wanted to feel young. And you know what? It's nice to be young, right?
That's true. I mean, like, we're always young at heart.
Yeah, exactly. Really it's just the age. It's just the numbers, really. I don't feel like I'm aging.
I guess, with Cheche, I guess lately, I know the regular mammogram is not as fancy as the 3D. So that's probably why she did the regular one, piso something. It's even probably just the regular one they were able to see, but then she has to repeat. So that's the one that's like more high definition,
right?
And thing.
Okay, so you did the ultrasound, you said?
And then had the ultrasound.
And eventually I did the MRI.
Okay. All right. Just to confirm, right? Just
Yeah.
to have
And
Yeah.
because, as you said, Miss Sharon, because it like our breasts are dense, so they
correct.
had to like cover all bases. So they did
Yes.
MRI.
Yeah. So that's really a good point that we need to stress, right? Because it's
Yeah.
common for us Asians and
Yeah.
Filipinos, right? That we cannot just go by the normal mammogram. So because
No.
Mhm.
if we are at that age that we really
Mhm.
need to be more conscious and proactive about our health, we need to go and advocate for ourselves, right? And say, hey,
Mhm.
can I have the 3D or can I
Yeah.
have an ultrasound on top
Yeah.
of, right?
But
So
it
Yeah.
also
because
depends upon your insurance.
correct. Well, you know, everything, our health comes first, right? But
Yeah.
Mhm.
really, that comes first amongst all things. So you really have to be proactive. And for our fellow Filipinos, I guess the thing that we can encourage is because we all know that we don't have what
Mhm.
we have here in the Philippines, correct?
Mhm.
So we need to encourage our fellow Filipinos
And you
to
know, Sharon, Che is actually a doctor.
She was
a,
just
a family
Che,
of doctors here,
yeah.
right?
You did
Yeah.
not practice your medicine here?
because
Mm-mm.
she didn't
No, it's so
she
hard to
didn't
get.
go into like residency. It's hard getting
Right.
into like matching. She
Correct.
tried,
They
Yeah,
need to
the match.
match.
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
wasn't able to get
So
to
I
match.
in school, I was supposed to do clinicals last June, but then because of the diagnosis, I have to defer my clinicals
Mm-hmm.
because
And
I miss a lot of days.
yeah, and
Well,
supposedly
you can still practice. Yeah.
I'm looking forward. She'll be done. Supposed to be this July 2024, so I can like rest from the practice a little bit.
Oh, well, you know, it's
She
not
Still
will
too
get,
get there,
late.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll
still
get
get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, she
yeah,
will
Mm-hmm.
get there.
Yeah.
She's not sick. Amen. I already declare healing for you,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she's
Yes,
already
Right?
ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, and the fact of the matter is, you know, you're really it's I believe that words and our thoughts really matter, that they really have power to get us in the direction of our lives, right? And so I know my husband doesn't really believe in that, but I do.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
thoughts
So
Yeah.
and words have power.
That's
so
right.
so get in that mode, and I know you all are being, having this dominance of cancer genes in your family. You have already gotten that right idea that, hey, cancer will not let us down. We're gonna
oh yeah.
conquer this, right? And so because of your experience having it in the family, it's a dominant factor, a dominant gene. You all have that, you know have geared yourselves up to cope with this condition. That's why Cheche is coping well, as if like nothing is
Oh
happening, right? That everything else is normal, right?
yeah, that's correct.
And that's why I salute you for that, because your experience having it in the family has made you to become who you are now in coping with your condition. So
Mm.
that's a rarity though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
not everybody will have that sense of coping, because if it is a new thing in the family, it's not gonna
It's
be
going
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to be.
it's gonna be a shock, right?
Yeah.
But the fact
So,
of the matter is you all have gone through it.
mhm. So, Che, what were the biggest challenges you faced during the cancer treatment, and how did you overcome it?
Well, actually, when the first time, like when they called me for a repeat mammogram at the back of my head, I was already saying like, yeah, they saw something. So I kind of geared up myself and like, prepared for the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So preparing yourself, I think mentally and emotionally is really going to help.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus when they did like, we're going to do ultrasound. So I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, well, I just, yeah, okay, we'll do it. And then I think it is very helpful too to have the family support.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, because psychologically and emotionally, having that word cancer, the stereotype of cancer is like really, it's gonna drain you.
That's
It's
right.
gonna, like make you depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but then like as I said, with the knowledge that we have it in the family, and then like the current diagnosis that I have was like, and plus my family support, like I mean, my friends would say, "Are you not depressed?" Like, no. I was like, they would not believe me because like,
Nothing.
yeah, they will not believe me that I am not depressed. The only one thing that was hard for me is my parents. So they took it harder than me.
Mhm.
Being an child, you know, I'm pampered. I'm being pampered here in the house because I'm the baby.
Mhm.
So, well, aside from my cousins, but so yeah, like emotionally, I was okay. Um, and then I think the fact it helped that my uncle, like every time I have like, because aside from the mammogram, ultrasound, and MRI, they confirmed it. I underwent ultrasound guided biopsy and
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
MRI
had that.
guided biopsy.
Mhm.
So every time they did that, all the pathological report, I sent it to my uncle, who is a pathologist. So
Where?
in Arizona.
Arizona.
You know, my husband works with a pathologist. He's the healthcare lobbyist for all the pathologists in the U.S.
Oh.
He might. You have to give me the name because I see them.
So
He's
like
a
as soon as
Vietnamese. That's the husband of my younger sister, Sharon.
Oh,
yeah.
he's a Vietnamese. Maybe I have seen him.
Vietnamese, yeah.
Mhm.
So all the pathologic reports that I have, I send it to him.
Mhm.
And then he kind of like prepared me to like, oh, with like, you know, he read it like you probably might have to undergo chemotherapy and radiation.
Mm.
It like, you know, I prepared myself for that too. And treatment wise, the only thing I was dreading was the loss of appetite, the nausea, and the vomiting
Mhm.
for the chemotherapy, but none of that happened to me.
Wow.
I never even touched my Zofran.
Wow.
Vomit at
Oh,
all. No vomiting at all for Cheche.
That's
oh my gosh, you
amazing.
have a good immune system.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I always take
Before
Safran.
like before this cancer diagnosis, I was pretty healthy. The sickest that I had was I had a strep throat. That's it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Mhm.
And you're not
COVID
taking
too.
any
You
maintenance
get COVID too.
pills?
No, the only supplement I take is vitamin D and vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no Zofran at all. Did not
Mm-hmm.
touch.
Did you have a mastectomy?
No, I
No,
had a lumpectomy.
Oh, you had a
Yeah.
lumpectomy.
lumpectomy, a
Because
small incision.
Was it an MI, minimal invasive surgery kind of thing?
uh-huh.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
they
like
gave
a
me actually an
pinpoint
option.
thing.
They actually gave me an option because I did genetic testing as well. So if one of the genes right there came back positive, then I have to do mastectomy.
Mm-hmm.
But everything came back negative.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So like, you know, so my surgical oncologist just told me like, you know, lumpectomy would be fine. But then she just did like a wider margin just to make sure.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like I remember the very first day of treatment, I was so excited. All right, chemo day 1.
Awesome.
So
That's
they
incredible.
document everything, huh?
Yes,
Exactly.
I have to
Mm-hmm.
prove that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but then because like my body is not used to all this medication, I had a very bad heartburn.
Mm.
Although they pre-medicated me, but like they did the Herceptin at first. Oh, because my HER2 positive came back. My HER2 receptor came back positive, so they
So
had
you're
to
into
do.
hormone therapy?
Not yet.
You're about to?
After I do the Herceptin for a year, then they were gonna do hormone therapy.
Mm-hmm. Are you
So
gonna take tamoxifen?
Likely.
most likely, yep,
Mm-hmm.
most
Likely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then after that heartburn episode, no, nothing at all. Appetite was okay. Like appetite was great. The only thing is I have that metallic taste after treatment, probably about a day or 2.
Mhm.
So the only thing I want to eat are like sour and sweet. So I asked my papa to make me like, you know, that
Rabanos.
rabanos, that
Oh, yeah.
rabbit with tomatoes and
Oh,
vinegar.
that sounds so good.
Oh,
Yeah. That
oh
helped.
yeah. that's been my favorite during treatment. So yeah, then I finished chemotherapy November 14th. And I finished radiation therapy today. So the only thing left right now is the Herceptin, which is every 3 weeks until August of next year. Of this.
That's so cool.
Every 3 weeks. Oh, okay. Every 3 weeks. Yep.
Congratulations, and I salute you.
Exactly. See, nothing happened. Like,
oh my God.
And I guess one of the problem lately is her port got infected.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We have to pull out the port.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge right now that I guess you need to go every 3 weeks. You're gonna have the poke for that like IV infusion of
for the last treatment, they poked me twice. So I told my medical coach, can we put the port back in? Hard sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I were you, I'm okay. They just have to get that ultrasound guided maybe so that they don't have to poke you twice. But I guess it's better to just do it every like 3 weeks. Then you have like still another foreign body in your system, or issue infection. So just do every 3 weeks. It's a small little poke, and I don't know how many hours is the infusion.
30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. So just make sure, because you're a hard stick to like me, they need to get an ultrasound guided to like guide the needle so that they won't be like playing around with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that. Yes, yes.
By the way, Che, since you told us that you are actually documenting your cancer journey, do you post this on Facebook or other social media platforms?
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you don't. But next time, if you are ready to share your cancer journey, please let us know, because we wanted also to inspire others with your story.
Yeah.
What's that?
Maybe I can post it. We have a Facebook page, correct?
Yes. Just send it to me. I will post it on the Filipino American Cancer Care page and also on Instagram. And anything that you would like to share about your cancer journey, I think that would be very nice, because you can actually save lives.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. It can inspire people as well, and be more proactive about their health. Knowing your experience, right?
That's right.
What they need to do prior to, right? And not wait at the last minute, because we Filipinos, we tend to be like that, right? And we're totally down, then we'll go to the doctor. We're not proactive. Well, it's multifactorial. It's because in the Philippines, really, what is more important? To put food right in our mouth, correct? So that's, we kind of tend to make it more of a secondary list on our agenda instead of the first. So that's that's a given. So that's a good idea, Josie, that you brought up. So if you're ready and willing to go through that length of sharing your story, that will be very beneficial to not just our fellow Filipinos, right? But to the entire world, whoever. It will help a lot of people. Sorry about my little Shih Tzu is bark.
We have one too.
Oh, you have one too. I have one.
That's awful. Yeah.
One.
So that's
whenever we put on pajama to General, he will not move. He will just stay in the corner. Oh, yes. That's the only way for him to come down.
I saw your Christmas or like New Year pictures. Oh my God. General is the star, like the star of everything. like General is all of
Thank you.
So, Doc, in your case, how do you take care of your body? Because you have this history in your family, and how did cancer affect you personally? Because you have those sisters as well.
Yeah. So since I have those sisters, so I know every year I really have to do it religiously. So actually today I just had mine this afternoon at 3:00. I had my mammogram. Oh no, not today, yesterday. So today, what's the news? So remember, we have the simple mammogram, but mine, I was offered now if I am willing to do that HD, that special high definition. But the problem is the girl said the insurance will not pay because this is now we're trying to encourage. They're not paying it yet. And it's a $40 additional if you're gonna undergo that. I said, for sure, I want to do that because last year, that's what happened. There was a time, I guess, when I was maybe still a little younger. I have to do an ultrasound too because I have this density or I have some, I don't know, like calcium deposits or sometimes in our breast.
That's what I had.
So,
Calcification.
calcification. So then I have to do undergo an ultrasound and an MRI. So now I really want to have. So then last year I have to do the simple one, and then they have to like call me and to have another one. So that I guess that high definition. So then when they did that, it was all fine because they're trying to see again that area of density in my, I don't know if it's the right or the left. So this year, I just did it yesterday. I don't want to keep on coming back. I said, no, I'll pay my $40 and I want this high definition. And, you know, I know that I still have that density. So I want that to follow up every year. So that's one thing. I don't really like skip that. And as much as possible, I'm really on top of that because I'm also, and, you know, looking like with all the things that's happening in my siblings. And then second is, well, I always like, you know, I'm a pediatrician. I will tell my adolescent, you need to self-exam. So believe me, every time I take a bath, I will stop a second. In the morning, in the evening, we're gonna palpate this breast. So that's like really I'm advocating, especially to everybody, that sometimes even just a self-exam, you will be able to detect it. And if you're not sure, then ask somebody, you know, or go to your physician. So, and then also yesterday, I guess I have my GYN. And then, you know, I always will ask her, please re-examine really properly my breast. So, yeah, like yearly visits, yearly mammogram, like self-examination those are the key to help us diagnose this breast cancer, like early stage.
That's right. But you know, to be honest with you, mammogram is really painful.
Oh, geez, tell me about it.
Oh my gosh.
Uncomfortable.
You don't breathe for a few
Very.
seconds.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Well, I think it's also because sometimes the technicians, you know, they're not very careful.
They're not gentle,
Oh
I must say.
gosh. And last time I had it, I feel like, come on. You know, I have one breast. I had mastectomy. And I feel like, can we just take this out again? It's more painful than cancer.
Yeah.
We need squeeze, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm so lucky yesterday. Mine is a survivor of cancer. The technician is a survivor. So he was so really tender with me. So she was
He was gentle. Or
yeah. She was really, yeah, gentle, tender, like thing. Yeah. She really did like reposition it really nicely, you know. So I feel the pain. I just like don't like when you okay, don't breathe. Okay, I'm holding it and like, okay, come on. Holding it is like the painful too. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then
sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead,
Then,
Joseph.
you know, my siblings, and then I see like the outlook of what happened to my siblings. You know, one has like a mastectomy, the other one has just like lumpectomy. It was also detected early, and then they're all cancer free.
Amen to that. Yeah.
And I guess they just follow up with their doctor yearly, or like both of them are right now in the Philippines. So one of my sister is the mayor. She's a cancer survivor.
Okay.
The other one is our older sister. She's a retired nurse. They're actually right now in the Philippines, in Batad, Iloilo. So, hello, sisters, if you're listening, or some of our neighbors are listening to us. Yeah, so they're home in the Philippines. They love it there for sure.
I'm
Mhm.
sure
Love
everybody would love to be home, right? If we have a choice at this very time. So, but I totally agree with what you said, Dr. Sanchez, about, self-examination. That is the
it.
foremost thing that we can do, especially when we're back home. If we're back home, right? Having not have that luxury of the medical assistance that we have here, then that's what we can do back home in the Philippines to be more proactive, because that can really help. So for those
Can
who are listening to us, yes, that
yeah,
is what we are trying to
to
kind of,
Advocate.
yes,
yeah.
advocate here.
So the thing with mine is I'm so diligent in doing my breast exam. I did not feel anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Not
that's
a lump
wrong.
or so
Yeah.
that's why, like, when it was time for my yearly physical, I asked my doctor to do the mammogram because I did not feel anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was like, you know, I had a history of lumpectomy on my right breast. That was years ago, probably like 12, 13 years ago. That one I felt. But this time, no, I did not feel like even just the margin, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like before you have a benign fibroma, so
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
I
the
had a
old.
adenoma. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
And
benign
that's
one.
what I always tell everyone, I was at the age of 31 when I had my first mammogram. And it all
Mm-hmm.
started with this infection, like abscess infection, because I have that inverted nipple.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So from the age of 31 until the age of 45, because I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 45, every time I go to the doctor, they would say like it's benign, benign, benign after they do this ultrasound. And then one day, I'm lucky. Again, we're so lucky. Sometimes you can tell that this is just a blessing in disguise because it was caught early.
Yeah.
And when I had that, that calcification, that calcium deposit, as we age, we have that calcium deposit in our body. And everyone would say to you that it's benign.
it's
But you
been.
know what? I am so thankful for the doctors in America, the radiologist, because he was able to compare the other pictures with a normal size of a calcium deposit. And
Mhm.
there it was, cancer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it's really important that we have to be an advocate for ourselves, but at the same time, we really have to, be informed about certain things, especially when it comes to our health.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. So what stage do you have, Josie?
One, I
Stage
just finished my cancer treatment.
The oral one?
Yes, but
Yeah.
a little.
it's a lot. I think sometimes cancer treatment, because the first thing that you have to fight when you are, the first time that you're going to be diagnosed with cancer is the mental
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
aspect of
That's true.
your life. No matter what the stages, it's not about the stages, it's how you're going to handle
Yeah.
Mhm.
the fact that you have a cancer.
Correct.
And your body is not going to be the same. Because, in my case, I gained so much weight, but people don't notice it. So
Because
now every time I have
you're
this,
15 to start with,
yeah,
right?
in my case, every time I have a lump, like right now, I found something here. It's, close to my lymph node. So I woke up this morning, 7 o'clock. I was already at my doctor. Yesterday, I was at my doctor. I went back to my oncologist because I'm worried about what's going
Yeah.
on. In your case, you're so lucky also, Cheche, because I'm sorry, I'm trying to share to you
Oh
my
no, it's
journey.
okay.
That's
Because
right.
before I was diagnosed, I had a herniated disc, a congenital herniated disc. So I suffered for that, and I had a
Yeah.
back surgery, and then I was hit by a truck after 2 months. So every time, when you had that back surgery, your body is not going to
Yeah.
be the
Shifting.
same anymore because they're
Yeah.
all connected. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, okay, what is this? So me, I'm very proactive when it comes to my health. I would go, sometimes I feel like I'm going to the salon. Yesterday, I went to three.
Wow.
Anyway,
Oh boy.
we have 7 minutes
Mhm.
on this radio show. Now, my next question for a chat. What did you learn about yourself in this fight against cancer?
That I am strong. I can handle it. If I can handle it, everybody can handle it.
Amen to that. Yes. Very true. Yes. It's all about the mental strength that we have, right? And I'm sure there is a constant battle there, right? You cannot just eliminate the fact that
Yeah.
it's there, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure that constantly gets into your mind as well, like, oh, I have cancer. But you really have to battle, fight that,
Right.
right? And how do you divert that thinking when it starts,
And
invading your thoughts?
I pray. I pray. I pray to God to give me more strength to handle everything that's coming my way.
Is there a specific verse that you claim? Because I do sometimes, right? We have favorite verses, right? Bible verses that we cling on to, right?
Mhm.
Whenever we are faced with something. Is there something that's you specifically cling on to?
I can do everything with God.
With Christ, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do everything. Amen.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's just a signature, Filipino signature, correct? Our
Yes.
faith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very-
And it's really important that you have the support group, especially your family. And you came from that family of doctors, you have that background in medicine. Because if you don't have this kind of support or knowledge,
It's
not
scary.
just easy. You're only
Very
human,
scary.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very scary.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
this is a high-end disease. It's more expensive than Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
That is so true.
Which is true.
Yeah. The cooling cap alone can buy me a Chanel bag. It is like $2,400. I mean,
Wow.
it is, but it really helped.
You know
Mhm.
what? Your hat.
Yeah, my cooling cap, yes.
So that's how you call it, cooling cap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so every time I go for treatment, I will post for my family like this with my cap on. It's like, are you ready to go to the moon with me?
So
Yeah.
where do you get that? I'm curious.
So my medical oncologist offered it to me. So she gives you an option to get it or not get it. So they do the paperwork, send it to Paxman. That's actually the brand.
Mm.
So they send it. They once they settle all the payments and everything, they send it to your house. They ship it to
Insurance covers it? No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's why you said it's really truly expensive. It can buy you a Chanel. Okay.
Every treatment, right? Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have that also, Josie? Do you have a cooling cap? Did you?
No.
No. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I said when I saw it to her, I said, wow, what an innovation. And really
Right.
treatment is getting better and improved so much.
That's
Right.
right.
Point that she doesn't have much hair loss.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also to the point that she doesn't even vomit at all.
Oh,
Correct.
I was
wow.
like looking forward, she's coming. Well, we're gonna hear the bathroom or the rushing. No, we were like really prepared for her. Like, no, she just slept and slept because she was drugged up with Benadryl.
Oh.
She just
Yeah.
slept and slept, and she will wake up early morning, and then she will eat, and we're all like sleeping. She
Mhm.
has nothing side effects.
Mm.
Wow.
I can't believe it. That's why I'm very
Incredible. That's
like
amazing.
Mhm. Now
like
we have 3 minutes left on our radio show. Lastly, I would like to get your message, especially, for our listeners, viewers that, like, for example, they just found out they have cancer. So from you, Che, what are your words of wisdom for all these women? And you know what? It's not only women, it's men
It's
they
meant to.
also get
Yeah.
cancer.
I know that having that cancer diagnosis could be very detrimental. Be strong. You need all the support that you need. And please do not be scared or do not be afraid to reach out and ask for help, because that is going to help you emotionally, physically, and always pray. You are strong. Always tell yourself, motivate yourself. You are strong. You can do this. You can beat cancer. I know sa atin sa Philippines, it's really like, sa Philippines, it's so hard because like as they don't have the medical assistance that we have here in America.
Mhm.
But just try. And I know it's so hard to say. It's easier said than done. If you have money, then it's easier. If you don't, it's going to be very, very hard. So what I can do is always pray, like, and then like as what we have been discussing, like, early screening and manual breast exam is very, very important, is especially the manual breast exam, because it is the first step. So, and as just be strong and always pray, because God and the Holy Spirit will give you the strength to get over this cancer.
Thank you. And Doc?
Well, I could echo those beautiful words. That
Right.
really is very important. Yeah. So really give yourself also like a chance that you need to take care of yourself. As Josie keeps on saying, we have to take good care of ourselves. So I know there's a lot of things that we need to prioritize, but one way or another, we need to think that this is the only one body we have.
Correct.
So if you know that you take care of yourself, you follow what are the important things or the requirements, or what to do in certain ages. So if you go and follow that, that will at least always will guide us. And the other thing is, of course, we found it, that we have it, then it's so depressing. Like a faith in God is like one on the top. And as Chichi said, we can fight cancer. God will help us and will be there. And just have a positive outlook. So if you have God, you have positive outlook, and then you take care of yourself, and then we can beat whatever illnesses that we have. And a good family for sure, support, and community. If there's a big community, the whole town will contribute, just like maybe sa Batad or sa mga barrio, or my sister is a mayor. You go to the mayor will help you like a lot of things. Generally in my house, we fed a lot of people. Kung may napatay, nandun man sila sa sister ko. Kung may nagpakasal, nandun man. Kung, you asked help from your community. I mean, it will be done. If you don't have money for your mammogram, believe me, Mayor Alarcon will send you for a mammogram. So reach out to people.
And don't be shy to ask for help.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Corazon Panes Sanchez, and also Che. Thank you so much. And lastly, Sharon, thank you so much.
Okay, Sharon.
Oh, do you want me to say something, Josie?
Yes, we have 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. Here we go. Thank you so much, Dr. Corazon Panes Sanchez and Dr. Che. Appreciate your insights, really, and this will really help a lot of our kababayan back home in the Philippines, and not just there, but everywhere else. I'm gonna quote again what Cheche said. We have the capacity to combat this because of our faith in the Lord, right? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, correct?
Yeah.
And so I believe in that. And just like what they have already said, our guest speakers tonight, we have to put it at the forefront to be proactive about our health. So self-examination is the number one step that we could take, and we'll go from there. And
Thank you so much,
for
ladies and
having us tonight.
gentlemen, for being with us tonight on this radio show on the air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Happy weekend.
Bye.
Weekend.
Bye, everyone.